Hi, this is David again, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the creating lists feature of AW Automate, the Pro version. Now the reason I added this particular function is because every time I've had to create a product or put anything out for sale, I found myself having to create more than one list. For example, I might have a funnel that involves a free giveaway, a light version, and a pro version, and I also might want to make a list of affiliates for that particular product. So in that instance I would have 4 separate lists for the same product. And although Aweber is very good for sending out emails, when it comes to creating lists, I found something that I wanted was a kind of template that I could use just to make all my lists from, and it turns out they don't have that kind of thing, so I created this part of the software in order to do just that. So let's have a look. So the first part is you're adding your basic settings. So number of lists to make, and you can make between 1 and 5 inclusive. So let's use the same example. I'll use 4 lists. The second bit is to name your lists. It's 1 list per line, maximum 15 characters, lowercase, no spaces. So remember that your list name has to be unique throughout the Aweber community. So if any other Aweber user has the same name, the Aweber will tell you that's not available. So try and make the list name specific to you or the product that you're actually making. Now there is a failsafe in the software that I've written in that if you suggest a list name that is already taken, then my software will attempt to make a unique name by adding a number to the end of the name that you give. Number between 1 and 10, and it will keep adding numbers until either it gets a unique name or reaches the maximum 15 characters. After that it will revert it back to the default name that Aweber gives every list that it creates. Right, so if you try and create a list and you see that the list name is actually default in a series of numbers, that means that your list name wasn't available and my software wasn't able to create a unique name by just simply adding numbers. Okay, so to avoid that, try and come up with at least a bit of a unique name with a wee name that's unique to you or your product, and try and avoid that. But it's not a problem. You can go back in and change the name if you want to afterwards. Alright, so if you do get a default name, just go back into the list settings and change the name and find something that's unique. Okay, so I'm going to show you that now. So I'm going to use, for my first list, I'm going to use AWAM for AW Automate 1. I'm using that because it already exists and I want to show you what the software will do. And the rest, AWAM -light, AWAM -pro, and AWAM -affiliate. List descriptions, and I'm just going to pause the video while I type these. Okay, so I've now typed in the list descriptions. There's something to remember about the list descriptions, is that this is what people are going to see if they click the change subscriber options link that you get at the bottom of every email. It's going to tell them exactly what list they're on, tell them a wee bit about the list and why they subscribed. Okay, so you want to make your list descriptive, or your description descriptive to the list that you're on, but not too much jargon. Remember, people will see it. Okay, so think about that. Each description has to have a maximum of 100 characters, and remember to press enter after each one so that my software knows which is which. Okay, now if you get to the end of a line, for example, and it moves on to the next one, don't worry, that is not the same as pressing enter, so that all this will still remain the same description. Okay, so it's only when you press enter that it goes to a new list. Okay, now that's it for the multi-answer boxes. For the next lot, there's only one box, and this is the bit that I created this part of the software for. This is the standard information that you have to type into every single list for the same product, and that's the bit that I found boring. So you only need to type this lot once and it will get put into every single list. And the reason there is only one is because if it's for the same product, the details should be the same. Again, if it's not the same and you want to change it, then feel free, just go back into the list settings and change it yourself. Okay, so email signature, that's for every email that goes out and that you add to the end of your email with the signature snippet. Company name, just whatever you usually put here. Self-employed, so it's me. And this is the main company website, which for me is my blog at the moment. Now when people click the change subscriber options or the unsubscribe link, there's a bit on the page that says cancel and return to, and then it will give company name. So for example, in mine it will say cancel and return to David Taylor, and my name will be linked to this company URL. There's a wee bit about that in the printed instructions if you want to have a look at that. From name for each of the emails, either you or the product that you've actually made. And from address, alright, upload logo. Again, this will go on the unsubscribe page, so if you just choose the file, pick a logo, and that will be uploaded to each one. Okay, so that's it for step 1. The second step is optional. If you require confirmed opt-in for any of your lists or all of your lists, or you wish to use the preloaded campaign that you either got as a bonus or you wish to preload your own campaign using the campaign sharing option, then you can do so via the tab up here. If you don't want either of these, you don't want any double opt-in, and you don't want to preload a campaign, then you're okay to click create lists on this page. Now, wee reminder here, please don't click any of the Aweber pop-ups while the software is creating your list, because the software is going to click all the pop-ups for you. Right, you know the kind of "Are you sure?" type pop-ups. So if you go and click it, then the software is going to be looking for the button that no longer exists, and it could cause it to get a bit stroppy. Okay, so please don't. Right, so if you do want confirmed opt-in, let's move over to the tab in the middle here. You notice that it's still got 4 lists selected, so press continue. Alright, so list 1 is going to ask, do you want to preload a campaign? And for demonstration purposes, let's assume that I want to preload the campaign that came as a bonus, the Mega Money emails. Alright, so leave the campaign code blank if you want to do that. Next question, do I want to use confirmed opt-in? And for list 1, let's do that so I can show you what happens. So these are the standard confirmed opt-in settings from the page. Right, so you can pick your header, so let's use confirm your subscription. List 1 intro. Okay, so I just paused that as I was writing in the details there, just to save you the boredom of watching me type. So, just thanks for your interest. Please confirm your email by clicking the link below. So remember, that goes above the confirmation link. Of course, the signature goes at the end. And success URL, where you want them to go as soon as they opt in. So that could be your thank you page, your registration page for your membership site, or whatever it is you want. Okay, list 2, I'm not going to make confirmed opt-in, but I do want to show you something. Lists 2 through 5 have this option, if you use the confirmed opt-in, of using the same settings as list 1. Okay, so if you click this box, everything here will be filled in exactly the same as list 1. In fact, it wouldn't be filled in immediately, but it will use the same settings when it goes to actually make the list. Okay, it also overrides anything, so if you use list 1 settings and then try and write anything, it will be overwritten. Okay, so if you do want to use list 1 settings, then click that box and don't type anything. Okay, so that's everything. So I've got the confirmed settings in list 1, nothing else in list 2, 3 or 4. Okay, the hide settings button just tidies up the page a wee bit, but there's no need to do that. Just hit create lists if you've completed the basic settings in the main tab. So I'm going to click create lists, and then I'm going to shift to browser only, which basically just closes this window off, so I can watch what happens. Okay, so click create list, and we've got a wee reminder not to click any of the pop-ups when it gets going. So click OK and head back up to the browser only, and let's have a watch. So if you remember, my first list name was taken. That was AWAM1. So just watch as it puts in the description. So save this description. First of all, AWAM is in use, so what it's going to do is try it with AM17. That's in use by me as it happens, so it's going to add another number which is available, so it should now move on to the next list. So the company brand name, it's going to upload the logo. Logo uploaded, then it's going to the confirmed opt-in settings. Change to confirm your subscription, watch the edit intro. That's just as I had put it, then it moves on to the signature part of it. Now it's going to load the broadcast, or the follow-ups rather. And we're onto the light. This time you get a chance to see what happens if you have not chosen the confirmed opt-in. So instead of changing anything here, it says, are you sure, and it clicks it for you. And then it moves on to the next. I'm going to pause it while it creates the next two. Okay, this is finishing off the affiliates list. Okay, it tells you all the 4 lists that have been created. So AWAM 173, so it went from 1 to 173, Light, Pro and Affiliate. Okay, so just click OK, it'll head you back to the beginning, and that's you back at your home page. Okay, so that's how you use the create list. So you put all your information in once, and it goes away and creates the list for you. Okay, so that's the create list. Thanks for watching.